Yeah, just reading through, it doesn't say anything about the brass taps in here, so fuck the brass taps, man. Fuck them. Fuck the two Davids. Somebody always inevitably shouts out, fuck Joel Hynes, so add someone, yeah. Go for it. See where it gets you. I mean fucking me. Not just shouting it out. Listen, in case anybody don't know what this is, it's just a little manifesto, but it's a beautiful handmade book. Marnie in the back, she made it, her and her daughter. It's a beautiful little book. Yeah. I actually wrote it a few years back, and we decided it looked nice in print, and man, the fuck, it does look nice. I'll put it into context. Ain't mainlanders here tonight? Yes? No? Yes? Well, we have a special rate. The book is $25. We have a special rate for mainlanders. It's like 2 for $50. Or like 3 for $75. So go for it. Put it in a bit of context for you. It's a bit of an inside joke. There's a little insert explaining the history of the piece. And in it says, the last line of that little essay in there, it says, "This is not a disclaimer, nor an apology. If you see your name or your business in here and you feel like smacking me in the face sometime, well, give it a go. I'm not so hard to find. If you get feeling sore because you don't see your name or likeness in here, for that I really do apologize. All I can say is fuck you too." So, here it is. I'm going to read the whole book. It's only a short fucking book. So, here goes. Fuck the Narrows. Fuck Amherst Rock, the Gull Shit, the Castle. Fuck Marconi. Fuck the charming little hippie-stained row houses in the Battery. Fuck the Battery. Fuck your harbor cleanup. Fuck the bubble. Fuck the other bubble. Fuck the harbor squid. Fuck the Scademia. Fuck the whales. And fuck them puffins too. Fuck the Port Authority. Fuck the keg. Fuck that crowd the keg fucked over. Fuck your sirloins. Fuck foot and mouth. Fuck mad cow. And fuck Alberta. Fuck out migration. Fuck the foreign sailors. How many times have we got to hear about soccer on the waterfront? Fuck off. Fuck the seal hunt. And club fuck your cutesy white coats. Fuck CNN. Fuck the Humane Society. Fuck clusterfuck choked up Water Street with its so-called celebrity lawyers and slumped over suicidal meter maids. Fuck the $15 parking tickets. Fuck them squeegee drummer kids who spends the winter hunkered down in Mount Pearl with mom and dad until the weather gets warm enough to come out and play homeless. Fuck Mount Pearl and fuck mom and dad. It's a powerful line when your mother and father are sitting in the audience. We got to do that one back home. It's great. Fuck dripping testosterone George Street, and fuck every binging, botched, coulda, woulda, shoulda been, circle jerking ex-high school hockey star on it. Fuck 2 for 1 Wednesdays and fuck tag team Tuesdays. Fuck them desperate buskers. Fuck that creepy guy with the carnations who never fails to make you feel like shit for not buying a fucking half-dead, shriveled $3 flower because you're always with the wrong woman anyhow. Fuck the wrong woman. Fuck junctions. Fuck them big Club 1 gorillas. Fuck folk night at the ship. Fuck the ship. Fuck the old spur. Fuck the new spur. Fuck the 5 and dime. Fuck them closing time queer wolves at bar 1. Bar none. It says, yeah, say that again. I mussed that up. That's a good old Newfoundland word too. I mussed it up. I was like, I remember hearing that for the first time. What's a muss? What's a muss? I gotta get my hands on one. Fuck them closing time queer wolves at bar none. Fuck the late night, greasy, drunk, starved sausages that lingers in your guts for days and pretty much guarantees you're going home that night alone. Fuck the culture. Fuck the battered skyline, fuck the basilica, fuck the rooms, fuck the biotics, fuck the black plague, fuck Leaf fucking Erickson, fuck Lancy Meadows, fuck Cabot, fuck the missionaries for enforcing the most predictably dull sexual position in the history of fucking. Fuck Labrador. Fuck free Newfoundland, and fuck this hipster Liberation Army slop. Fuck the paper-thin republic. Fuck the friendly Newfoundlander, and fuck Living Planet for not wanting to sell this on a t-shirt. Fuck whoever gave KFC the best view of the harbour. Fuck harbour. Fuck the harbour. Did I say that? Well, fuck it again. Fuck the harbour, fuck the shore, fuck the coves, fuck the bays, fuck Babels, fuck Witless Bay, fuck Mobile, fuck Torsco, fuck La Manche and the Tree Girls tumming on foggy nights. Fuck Cape Royal. Fuck Cape Lambay. Fuck the colony of Avalon. Fuck Aquafort. Fuck Fermuse. Get fucked in Renews. Stay fucked in Capahaden. Fuck the crowd further on up who likes to think they're part of the shore. Fuck Bound the Fad. That's my father's company. A lot of inside jokes here, sorry about that. Fuck the Drook. Fuck Long Beach, fuck Lard Baltimore, fuck Peter Easton, and fuck the Masterless Men. Fuck the Celtic Connection, and fuck Open Mike at O'Reilly's. Fuck every goddamn wannabe Irish pub from here, which means here. Not here. We're in between now. From here to Vancouver Island. Fuck the Irish, and fuck Vancouver Island. Fuck British Columbia, and fuck the British. I mean that. The rest of it is just a laugh. This is a good one. Fuck the Pine Marten. All 12 of them. Fuck the Newfoundland Pony. Fuck the Newfoundland Wolf. Fuck the Great Auk. Fuck the Codstocks. Fuck the Moratorium. Fuck the Grand Banks. Fuck Hibernia. Fuck the highest gas prices in the country. Fuck the Lower Churchill, fuck the Upper Churchill, fuck Quebec, fuck Combi Chance, fuck rubber boots and chocolate bars, fuck Nova Scotian Christmas trees, fuck Danny's heated driveway, fuck Codco, fuck Uncle Val, fuck Snook, fuck the wonderful Grand Band, fuck Sunny Stream, fuck Ron Hynes, and fuck his towels and songs. Fuck all the Hyneses. Fuck Blair fucking Harvey and his fetish for wearing women's underwear. Fuck the Bard of Prescott Street. Fuck Prescott Street, fuck Duckworth, and fuck Gower. Fuck Hatching Matching, fuck Dooley Gardens, fuck Gullages, fuck Gullivers, fuck Jiffy, fuck Pigeon Inlet, fuck Uncle Moe's, fuck Skipper and Company, fuck Lloyd and Bryce, fuck Coronation Street, fuck the Bingo Robbers, fuck the Rowdy Man, fuck John, and fuck the Missus. Fuck Annie Prue. Fuck the Cape, fuck Ned Andrews and the Vincents, fuck the boys at St. Vincent's, fuck the singer's broken throat, fuck you Des, fuck the housewife, fuck Cracky, fuck Mount Cashel, fuck the Catholic Church, fuck that Nazi rat-faced Pope, fuck this paper justice bullshit. Let's have a good old-fashioned public castration with a blunt fucking pencil. Fuck your rain, drizzle, and fog. Fuck Keith and Natasha. Fuck Halifax. Fuck 22 Minutes. Fuck Mark Delahunty. I can say that when I'm halfway across the country. Fuck the Furies, fuck Rabbitown, fuck Mercer, fuck the Nickel, fuck the Women's Film Festival, fuck Rare Birds, fuck Ed Rich, fuck Winterset, fuck Marnie Parsons, and fuck Running the Goat. That's who published this book, in case anybody didn't know. Are you with me? I lost my place. Oh yeah, fuck Marnie Parsons, right on. Fuck Running the Goat. Fuck Rattling Books, fuck the Breakwater Boys, fuck Woody Point, fuck the March Hare, fuck that gal who just walked out, fuck Bob Valley, fuck House of Hay, fuck Marble Mountain, fuck the Grenfell Brats, fuck Grenfell and his dog meat barbecue, fuck Nurse Bennett, fuck your whole Renfrew luggage set, missus. Another inside joke. Horse fuck Toronto. That's like with a big cock. Fuck the CN Tower and fuck the Clubhouse sandwich. Fuck the TCH, fuck the MIA, fuck EI, fuck UI, fuck ER, fuck CSI, fuck FPI, fuck DFO, fuck Risley, fuck Clearwater, fuck the inshore fishery, fuck the draggers, fuck Abitibi, fuck the dead history, and fuck the so-called future of rural Newfoundland. Fuck Coker, fuck Brian Tobin, and fuck the Catamites who set him on the throne in the first place. You know what a catamite is? It's the opposite of a sodomite. It's Greek. This is the heights of literature here. It's an old Greek term. Someone who likes to take it up the ass. Fuck this freedom of speech nonsense. Fuck censorship. Fuck your precious manicured downtown sensibilities. Fuck stage fright. Fuck the obligatory standing ovations. Inside joke. Fuck the condos in the gut, fuck City Hall, fuck 1892, fuck the big fire, fuck the next big fire. Fuck 1949, fuck Joey, fuck Fidel, fuck Sterling's gold injections. Fist fuck Bartlett. Fuck the first 200, fuck the evening news hour, fuck the referendum, fuck Confederation, fuck resettlement, fuck your one-room schoolhouse, fuck the old flag and fuck the new flag, fuck the Maple Leaf, fuck the Rangers, fuck the Mounties, fuck the Constabulary. Fuck your criminal justice system with a great big barbed, non-fucking lubricated gavel handle. Fuck the famous hospitality. Fuck Jenny Rocket's gourmet goodies. Fuck your fair trade morning latte. Fuck your carnation milk. Fuck Tetley. Fuck your ginger snaps and jam jams. Fuck your fat back pork scruncheons. Fuck your cod tongues and your salt fish and potatoes and drawn butter. Fuck your bottled moose. Fuck your figgy duff. Fuck Jake's goddamn dinner. Fuck Chess's famous fee and chi. Fuck Johnny's. Fuck Leo's. Fuck Scampers. Fuck bad press being better than no press at all. Fuck the press, fuck the Telegram, fuck the Independent. That's you. Fuck you, Independent. I'm just reading this thing, man. It's like, I'm not responsible for anything in here anymore. I wrote this a long time ago, I'm just reading it. Fuck the Globe, I mean that one. Fuck the Herald, fuck Elvis's birthday, fuck sexy dyslexy Rexy, and fuck Wassie's face from the year before. Fuck the Salmon Festival, fuck Great Big Fucking Sea, fuck the George Street Festival, fuck your Southwesters, fuck Trinity, fuck your pressback chairs, fuck the Heritage Society, fuck Lukey's boat, fuck Sheila's brush, fuck the OxyContin ghosts lined up outside Theatre Pharmacy. Fuck the new codeine regulations. Fuck Buckingham. Fuck the recent rash of armed robberies. Fuck gun registration. Fuck weekends at the pen. Fuck the Waterford and fuck the Graves. Mile 1. Fuck it. Fuck your holiday for Brad fucking Gushu. Fuck Memorial Stadium. Fuck Sobeys. Fuck Dominion. Fuck the Regatta. Fuck Newfoundland Power. Fuck Rogers. Fuck the light bill. Fuck the heat bill. Fuck the phone bill. Fuck the damage deposit. And fuck the landlord. Fuck the Village Mall, fuck the Peace Accord, fuck Bannerman, fuck that gazebo, fuck Bowering Park, fuck Peter Pan, fuck the ducks, and fuck them fucking swans. Fuck the War Memorial, fuck the skateboarders, fuck Fred's Records, fuck snow clearing, fuck garbage days, fuck 10 fellas in safety vests staring down a manhole and scratching their nuts all summer. Fuck Rollins Cross, fuck Churchill Square, fuck Churchill. Fuck Grossmorn, fuck Cowhead, fuck that old bag from Isle of Moore whose mother and sisters never heard the F word in their lives. And we all knows what the F word is, don't we? No? Fuck Open Line, fuck Randy and Bill and Baz and Linda, fuck Marina Atlantic, and fuck North Sydney. Is a girl from Gander here tonight? Some girls said, I'm from Gander, I'm from Gander. Fuck Ganders here. Trying to hit everybody. Gotta take care of everybody. Fuck Marine Atlantic and fuck North Sydney. Fuck the Newfie Bullet. Fuck historic Gander Airport. Fuck Gander. Fuck the most easterly point in North America. Fuck your sunrise. Fuck anger management. And fuck the CBC for not having the nuts to put this on the radio. Thank you very much. It's really nice to see everybody. Thank you all for coming out. These books are back here, and if anybody wants to pick one up, I'll be sitting out there. And I guess Blair Harvey.